Hey, what's up everyone? This is Snackbox. Hope you all are having a great day. Guys, in this video we are going to talk about some news for this weekend for the Heroes Path for Granite Door Keep's Soul. We have a summoning event, a progressive chance event. It's going to be a Summer Rush / Gear Hunters event, right? This path on the weekend. So we will have progressive chance events as well at the same time. That means you will get a 15x chance on one of those champions, up to 25x. So for the first slot, for legendary champions, we have the non-voids, which are actually pretty good. Newt in here, one of the best max HP champions out there, crushes PvE content. Then we have Pharaoh, which is also amazing. I'm using him all the time for Chimera, but also in Faction Wars Heart. He's actually pretty good anywhere when it comes down to boss fights. And then we also have UDK, kind of interesting. Years back, he was a login champion, and he's actually still pretty good for PvP. Very amazing champion. Then we have Mishinaki, a Shadowkin, defense-based nuker, I would say. Also a debuffer. Can be pretty interesting if you still need a Hex champion, for example. And then we have Lysantier Beastbane, which was a fusion this year. So the most interesting part in here is probably that we have a progressive chance event for Leonardo, which will probably feel like a little bit of trolling for some people out there. But yeah, there it is. Progressive chance event for Leonardo. So keep in mind there will be a guaranteed event for Leonardo. And this is just another progressive chance event. So I would advise you to hold on to your shards for that guaranteed event. We don't know if it's going to be shards, right? It could also be soul stones or whatever. But, just keep in mind there will be a guaranteed event and that is confirmed. We just don't know when. Then we also have the new champion. And I actually want to talk about this one. I hope I'm saying the name right. TLTYEXHL, I guess. And we're going to talk about his kit. He looks pretty damn amazing for Chimera. He does so many things, debuffs and buffs. And yeah, I want to talk about this champion a little bit more and just highlight how good his kit actually is. And then we also have Con, Branch Breaker, which was available through a Deck of Fate. He was a guaranteed Void Lego. And yeah, he's a little bit underwhelming. People were thinking maybe he could deal some damage. I did get him, but I didn't build him yet. And I don't think I will. Maybe for Faction Wars Heart, but other than that, I don't see a point at this moment to build this guy. So yeah, I would definitely go either for Leo. But for Leo, you will have a guaranteed event, or Keyhawk, which is a new champion and has an amazing kit for Chimera, for example. But then we also have some amazing epics in here. We have Morak, very underrated dwarf epic, death-based, can deal some damage. She carried me actually in the early game when I started on the free-to-play challenge. A pretty amazing champion for clan boss, different content, Fire Knight, Faction Wars, pretty much everywhere. She's a very amazing champion, and you should definitely build one if you need an ally attack champion, for example. Then Seeker, also part of many, clan boss teams, many unkillable clan boss teams. So a very old epic, but still very awesome with a 30% turn meter boost. Not many epics can do that. And then we have Duke the Pierce, also pretty good orc. I still use him here and there in Curse City, for example. Definitely a nice champion, but he needs quite a few stats. He's very stat hungry. Then we have Godseeker Aniri, still used to this day in Sand Devil comps, paired with Newt, for example, or a ninja to duo the Sand Devil. And then there's also Naya, which is a budget cooldown decrease champion, also pretty amazing. All right, so let's talk about the new champion, which is Klazak Keyhawk. Man, this I'm gonna have trouble saying this name all the time, I guess. So yeah, with the A1, he's actually already pretty amazing because he's placing a true fear debuff for one turn. This is a 100% chance, and this debuff cannot be resisted by bosses. that means you don't have to build any accuracy for this skill. Let's read the first part though. Attacks one enemy, transfers all debuffs from this champion to the target before the attack. This effect cannot be resisted by bosses. Also pretty amazing if you think about it. You go into the Viper form. Viper form places poison sensitivity and poisons on Keyhawk, and he just transfers all those debuffs on the Viper form. Pretty damn amazing. All right, so this A1 is absolutely busted if you think about completing trials. The True Fear has a 100% chance, where with a Lydia you have to use Nature's Bounty to have a 60% chance that the fear is converted to a True Fear. So already amazing A1. Then let's talk about the A2. Seismic Dissonance attacks all enemies 2 times, so in double AoE hit. This can be booked down to 3 turns. And has a 100% chance, if booked, of placing decreased defense and weaken on all enemies for 2 turns. This debuff cannot be resisted by bosses or these debuffs. So again, you don't need accuracy for bosses. Absolutely crazy. After the second hit, has the 100% chance, if booked, of placing 50% decreased accuracy debuff and a 50% decrease resistance debuff on all enemies. So again, 2 very unique debuffs that not a lot of champions do, and he has it all in one skill, and you don't need accuracy. Yeah, pretty amazing. Also, he's, based on defense, so pretty tanky, and you can probably build him with a lot of damage. I'm not so sure about the multipliers yet. I don't know how much damage he does, but if his multipliers are good as well, my god, he's probably on the top of my list to get. Now, here's the A3. Mindless Muscle places a counterattack buff and an unkillable buff on all allies for 2 turns. Also places a taunt buff on this champion for 2 turns. If a boss is present in the current round, these buffs are protected. Absolutely crazy. Also, counterattack buff helps to complete, a trial on the line form. Unkillable as well. And yeah, then these buffs are also protected in Chimera. So pretty crazy. I don't know if there is a better champion for Chimera at this moment. This guy seems to do it all. And then on top of that, that's not all. This passive also looks very promising. Whenever this champion places a debuff on an enemy, deals damage equal to 1% of their max HP for each debuff they are currently under. Stacks up to 10%. Occurs once per skill and once per target. So he's dealing enemy max HP damage based on his passive whenever he places debuffs. So the more debuffs you have, the more max HP damage you do. And I can't wait to see how much damage this actually does. Even if it's just 1% of the Chimera's max HP, it is absolutely busted, I think. Let's take a look at the reviews. So some people already have this guy. And as you can see, people are very happy with this champion. I would not pay too much attention to these reviews, but sometimes they give you, a little hint on if this champion is good or not. But there are also definitely ratings that are very, very wrong. But yeah, if we take a look at his stats, also pretty amazing. Pretty high base defense, 1.6k, 18k HP is okay. 100 speed, not too fast, not too slow. And yeah, pretty damn amazing. So I don't know. I can't wait to see some people using him in Chimera and see what he can do. And I think he will definitely be on the priority list in terms of Chimera. But just in general, I think he will help you anywhere if you pull this guy. And damn, look at this weapon. What an amazing design. So yeah, I think it's definitely worth a shot to go for this guy. If you have some spare void shards, why not? But at the same time, keep in mind there will be a guaranteed Leo. So if you don't have enough shards to go for both of them, just save yours for now. Progressive chance events are also very tricky. There's not a big chance to hit those. But yeah, if you manage to pull this guy, good for you. And yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you now. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you enjoyed, please hit the like button. It really goes a long way. Also, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more raid content. and the YouTube algorithm is going to suggest you a video that you might like right here, and see you in the next one.